Hello, welcome back, everybody. And finally, we are now in the last part of our chapter 3, the Philippine history, spaces for conflict and controversies. And we'll be discussing our last topic, which is all about the case study 4. Where did the cry of rebellion happen? The different dates and places of the cry, the primary source of account of crime. First, let's discuss where did the cry of rebellion happen. So momentous events swept the Spanish colonies in the late 19th century, including the Philippines. Ang journalists of the time referred the phrase kaning El Grito de Rebellion or a cry of rebellion to mark the start daw of these revolutionary events, identifying the places where it happened. Katong tan-awon, asa jud ni nahitabo ang cry of rebellion. So in the Philippines, this happened in August 1896. So sa Pilipinas daw, nahitabo ni siya on August 1896 sa northeast of Manila, where they declared rebellion against Spanish colonial government. And these events are important markers in the history of colonies that struggled for their independence against the colonizers or katong mga Spanish. So the controversy regarding this event stems from the identification of the dates and places kung asa jud nahitabo ang cry of rebellion. So a prominent Filipino historian nga si Teodoro Agoncillo, iyang gi-emphasize nga ang kaning event when Bonifacio tore the cedula or the tax receipt or katong punitin ang cedula before the Katipuneros who also did the same. And some writers identify the first military event with the Spaniards as the moment of the cry, for which nga si Emilio Aguinaldo gi-commissioned on Hymno de Balintawak to inspire the renewed struggle after the pass of the Biak na Bato nga katong na failed. So created a truce between the Spanish colonial Governor General Fernando Primo de Rivera and the revolutionary leader nga si Emilio Aguinaldo to end the Philippine Revolution. And a monument to the heroes of 1896 was erected in what is now the intersection of Epifanio de los Santos Avenue, or also known as EDSA, and si Andres Bonifacio Drive North Diversion Road. And from then on until 1962, the Cry of Balintawak was celebrated every 26th of August. And now we are going to know the different dates and places of the Cry of Rebellion. According to Lieutenant Oligario Diaz, a Guardia Civil, i-identify niya ang Cry of Rebellion happened in Balintawak on 25 August 1896. And according po kang Teodoro Calao, he was a Filipino historian, and iya pong na-identify nga the Cry of Rebellion happened in Kangkong, Balintawak on the last week of August 1896. And a Katipunero and a son of Mariano Alvarez, nga si Santiago Alvarez, a leader of Magdiwang faction in Cavite, niingon po siya nga ang Cry of Rebellion happened in Bahay Toro in Quezon City on 24th of August 1896. And according to Peo Valenzuela, known as a Katipunero and privy to many events concerning ang Katipunan, stated that the cry of rebellion happened sa Pugad Lawin on 23rd of August 1896. And kang Gregorio Zaidi po, nga historian, gi-identify po niya nga nahitabo daw ang Cry of Rebellion in Balintawak on August 26, 1896. And kang Teodoro Agoncillo put it at Pugad Lawin on 23rd of August 1896, according to the statement kang Peo Valenzuela. And research by historians, research niya siya sa historians nga sila Milagros Guerrero Emmanuel Encarnacion, and Ramon Villegas na ilang gi-claim nga ang event took place daw or happened in Tandang Soras Barn in Gulod, Barangay Banlat, Quezon City on August 24, 1896. So diri pa lang daan, makita nato nga it's still controversy gihapon kung asa jud nahitabo ang kaning cry of rebellion. So various accounts of the Cavite, various accounts of the cry of rebellion give different dates and places. Sa tatanawa din sa primary source accounts of the cry. So on August 26, a big meeting was held in Balintawak at the house sa balay ni Apolonio Samson, then Cabeza of Barrio of Caloocan. Again, this is a primary source by Guillermo Masangka. So among those who attended sa katong big meeting were naa si Bonifacio, Emilio Jacinto, Aguido del Rosario, Tomas Remigio, Brescio Pantas, Teodoro Plata, Peo Valenzuela, Enrique Pacheco, and Francisco Carrion. So they were all leaders of the Katipunan and composed of board of directors of that organization. And about 9 o'clock sa buntag sa August 26, the meeting was opened with Andres Bonifacio. Siya ang nag-presiding, siya nag-preside, and si Emilio Jacinto acting as a secretary or siya ang nag-minute sa kaning meeting. And the purpose was to discuss when the uprising was to take place. So Bonifacio, sensing that he would be lost in the discussion, then he left this dito sa hall or dito sa session hall and talk to the people who were waiting outside sa ilahang meeting for the result kung saan na meetingan sa mga leaders. So in short, ni-back out siya kay wala siya nakasabot sa discussion. And he told the people waiting outside that the leaders were arguing against starting the revolution early and appealed to them in fiery speech in which he said, "Do you remember the fate of our countrymen who were shot in Bagumbayan? Where should we return now to the towns? The Spaniard will only shoot us. Poor organization has been discovered and we are all marked men. If you don't start the uprising, the Spaniards will get us anyway. What then, do you say?" So Bonifacio then asked the people to give a pledge that they were to revolt. So he told them, giingnan niya nga the sign of slavery of the Filipinos were the cedula tax charged each citizen. And destroying the cedula means that they were ready to revolt. So motong pag punit sa cedula, that's a sign that they are ready to revolt. And it will be a sign that all of them declares their severance or hiwalay from the Spaniards. So din hiyang apart, Bonifacio asked people if you are ready to revolt, you need to clear your cedula or katong receipt. And the first place of refuge of Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Jacinto, Proposio Bonifacio, anak sila, was in Balintawak, the first 5 arriving there on August 19 and Peo Valenzuela on August 20, 1896. And the first place where some 500 members of the Katipunan met on August 22, 1896 was the house and yard dito sa balay ni Apolonio Samson sa Kangkong. It was at Pugadlawin, the house, the storehouse, and yard of Juan Ramos, son of Melchora Aquino, where over 1,000 members sa Katipunan met and carried out considerable debate and discussion on August 23, 1896. And take note that Melchora Aquino was a mother of Katipunan. And the discussion was on whether or not the revolution against the Spanish government should be started on August 29, 1896. And many of those present, sorry, and many of those present sa katong pagtapok, no, gitour nila ang cedula certificate and shouted, "Long live Philippine, long live Philippines." Ito siya. And from the eyewitness accounts presented, there is indeed marked disagreement among historical witness as to the place and time of occurrence of the crime. So naa jud disagreement. Nahitabo. Kung asa jud nahitabo yung cry of rebellion. And using the primary and the primary source and the secondary source, there were 4 places have been identified: Balintawak, Kangkong, Pugad Lawin, and Bahay Toro, while the dates mag-vary siya sa August 23, 24, 25, 26 in year 1896. And Valenzuela's account should be read with caution, should be read with caution. He once told the Spanish investigator that the cry daw of rebellion happened in Balintawak on Wednesday, on 26 August 1896. And much later, he wrote in his memoirs of the revolution that it happened pud daw dito sa Pugadlawin on 23rd of August 1896. So, di na to ma-identify kanos adjud siya nahitabo. And according to Guerrero, Encarnacion, and Villegas, all these places are narapod sa Balintawak, then part of Caloocan nga karon in Quezon City. So as for dates, Bonifacio and his troops may have been moving from one place to another to avoid being located by the Spanish government. So nagbalis-balis sila, which could explain why there are several accounts of the cry. Kaya basig masakpan sila or matrace sila sa Spanish government. So events prior to the cry of Pugadlawen, so these events vitalized the unity of the Filipino people and brought years for independence. And the cry of rebellion in Pugadlawen, it marked the start of the Philippine Revolution in 1896, which eventually led to the independence sa Philippines in 1898. And that's the end of our chapter 3 in case study for where did the cry of rebellion happen. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening with our discussion. And this will be the last coverage for our midterm examination. Thank you so much. And please watch all the coverages included in our midterm coverages. This start dito as remaining the last 2 topics in chapter 2 and the rest of chapter 3. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day.